ascertaining required dosage of drugs and measurement of radiation in radiotherapy, food safety, and other public health activities.
It will provide those testing labs the opportunity. Traceability is a key requirement, that's metrology.
The Director General of the Standards Organization of Nigeria, Dr. Joseph Udume, promised will boost export base, promote conformity of measurement, and protect consumers from the dangers of fake and substandard products.
Metrology is actually very key today because we have metrology in Nigeria, but the NMI is abroad. We all use foreign measurement systems. As a result of that, things will be a lot faster.
Dr. Odumodu also stated that when the National Meteorology Institute is completed, it will help to build a robust infrastructure in Nigeria. The World Meteorology Day is observed on the
Inspectorate and Compliance Directorate of the Standards Organization of Nigeria. Engineer Bid Obai, you're welcome to our studios.
Thank you very much. Good evening, viewers.
Alright, so why a special day for meteorology?
Thank you very much. Meteorology is the science of measurements. Meteorology is different from meteorology, which is the science of weather, and it is also different from metallurgy, which is the science. Meteorology is about the science of measurements in the industry, that in the commerce where you are selling your products, you need to keep to measurement standards. Like in the filling station, if you are naira per liter, it should be 87 naira per liter, and that is what metrology is about. It's about the science of
accurate measurement.
Thank you very much. The significance of accurate measurement, as we are celebrating today, because today the whole world is marking 20th of May every year as World Meteorology Day, and we in Ghana Meteorology Institute, that Nigeria can now boast of measurements that are traceable anywhere in the world. And so when Nigerian industries, Nigerians utilize the opportunities that are now going to be offered by this National Meteorology Institute in Nigeria that is situated in Enugu, it means that the results that are going to come out from the lab will be from the industry will be reliable. So that as a manufacturer, your results will be reliable, your products will be acceptable all over the world. It is no more, why is it coming from Nigeria? You know, today there are products, especially the agricultural products from Nigeria, because they all over the world, they are not happy that cannot be accepted all over the world. So we have labs now that are calibrated in SON. So we can calibrate, we can now test these products, and they are accepted all over the world. It's an opportunity for Nigeria, and that's why Nigeria today is celebrating all over the world that we have that breakthrough of having a National Meteorology Institute in Nigeria.
Engineer, what is the implication of lack of accurate measurement?
Thank you. That is reliability. If you are to measure a drug, safety, it is for the acceptance of your product by your customers. It is also so that you do not cheat the consumer, and then you will end up giving him 45 kg. Measuring a scale which you are using to sell your product is not okay, and it might be that it is not calibrated. So that is why we are saying to be coming out from this equipment will be reliable, and then it will boost your economy.
Very quickly before we go, Engineer, measuring is a specialized area in our schools, and how available are experts in this area?
Thank you very much. That is what we are happy today, that the Standards Organization of Nigeria has enough capacity for metrology, and that is why we have gone out taking that quantum leap to start the National Meteorology Institute in Nigeria, and is located in Enugu, and where I want every Nigerian to take advantage of that. We are also going to develop this methodology in our schools, so that from the beginning everybody will have that consciousness of accurate measurement. That's what we're doing.
Thank you very much, Engineer Obai. Independent power projects to augment the federal government's effort. Minister of Power, Professor Chinedu Nebo, represented by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Power, Godnose Igali, gave the advice at the validation workshop.
Megawatts of electricity in Nigeria hovers around 2,600 to 4,500, which is a far cry from the energy demands of the country.
But the federal government has on paperwork, as well as to partner with the state governments. So the gathering here is to brainstorm and find our common ground on how to solve the energy crisis in the country.
Participants at this workshop believe that to get it right, there is need to revisit the fundamentals, especially the 2000 and transmission. Other draft documents include key performance indicators in the various states and content development policies.
We have an opportunity for some peer exchange. There's a lot of focus on solar, and a lot of the investors, when they come, cannot get land. There's an issue of transmission lines. Communities make it difficult for government to construct transmission lines.
After carefully appraising these documents, both the federal government and the states raised key issues on how to confront power situation in their respective areas.
Lagos State has and for us to be able to effectively power at a grid network that must be an adequate transmission network.
Everybody is benchmarking the federal government. What of the states? The outcome of this workshop will dictate the roadmap for the operationalization of the nation's power sector at the post-privatization era.
Still to come, ECOWAS commends President Jonathan for his spirit of sportsmanship and political notes. When we return, please stay with us.
A giant in the sun, rich in human and natural resources. Nigeria occupies 920,766 square kilometers, accommodating for leisure and business. Nigeria, land of American honey, a paradise for tourists.
The maize is the official symbol of authority of the legislative functions in a democracy. It symbolizes the authority of the legislatures to make laws and functions as checks and balances on the executive. In this report, NTA News examined
Lagos State House of Assembly exiting the plenary and being followed with the maize, which serves as a symbol of authority for any deliberations at the House. The maize comes either in wooden or metal form with the coat of arm engraved on it. How did Nigeria adopt the use of the maize as a symbol of authority at the legislative arms?
In Africa, especially under the British, formerly under the British rules, now we adopt the maize as our own symbol of authority.
It's a symbol of authority. Every sitting legal.
Without the maize, can any motion move to be adopted for a first, second, or third reading before being passed into law?
This is what gives you the authority.
So there is no maize, then obviously the House cannot sit.
What thus lowering?
This is lowered. It means that Mr. Speaker has asked the leader of the House, procedurally, Mr. Speaker will ask the leader of the House to move a motion to take the House to the Committee of the Whole.
Any decision taken when that maize is lowered, even in the Committee of the Whole, is not by plenary, where all the decisions made in that committee is now ratified.
The need to accord more respect and invariably protect the maize from abuses, which from all indications has signaled the deepening and maturity of the Nigerian democracy. Protecting the symbol of authority of the legislature is therefore seen as a very important step to promote and deepening representative democracy in Nigeria.
Part of democracy. This is because of its representative nature. It is also the only institution which, apart from enacting laws, has the constitutional powers to check the activities of the Lagos State House of Assembly in the discharge of its constitutional responsibilities as
the Lagos State House of Assembly is made up of 40 members elected from the 40 state constituencies. The 7th state over 50 motions, making the assembly one of the busiest in the country.
I, as a person, during this 7th assembly, I have been able to champion 2 major bills, private members' bill, that have seen the light of the day. The first of the bill had been the most complex around, that was able to be that were used for the cremation of the remains of the carriers of the Ebola. And
one constitutional responsibility which the chief executive of the state is expected to sign into law. The assembly is also to enact laws for good governance of Lagos, the business economic center of the country. How effective has this been?
We attended plenary and engaged in healthy debates. At the end of each session, no matter what our differences of opinions are, we do not see ourselves as enemies. We look at things more globally and in interest of Lagos.
Members